Let's talk about this guy right here, because lately, after my account got banned at 233k subs and my shorts have been flopping like crazy, I've decided, even if it's niche and won't get that many views, to make a video that is actually useful to people. Oh, and shout out to my 64 subs, you guys are the real ones. Anyway, enough bitching, let's talk about these real life Pokemon, Dunnarts, specifically the Fat-Tailed Dunnart. Yes, I know it's a strange name, but bear with me for a sec. So what the fuck are they? Well, they are little carnivorous marsupials in the same family as the extinct Tassie tiger. And like their close cousins, these guys are feisty little bastards. Currently, they can be found throughout every state in Australia except Tasmania. So they're pretty prolific and widespread. So what sort of care do these little things that are definitely not mice require? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's start with the size of their setup. They need to be kept in an enclosure that is at least 3 foot long and 1.5 foot wide, giving them plenty of room to scurry around. Because they spend most of their time on the ground, you don't need the enclosure to be tall, but you do need it to be tall enough to where it can fit some logs or something similar for them to climb on, because, quite simply, they love to climb. I've tried to make my enclosures as natural as possible by incorporating some sand that comes from their arid environment, as well as putting in some live plants such as air plants, but be warned, they chew the f*** out of most plants you put in with them. Now, the sand I keep them on is great, but make sure that their food is up higher than the sand so they don't accidentally swallow a mouthful while they're trying to eat, because that will be bad. They don't normally require UVB lighting as they're a nocturnal species, however, a little vitamin D wouldn't hurt. They do require heating though, which I provide to them through a heat mat under their enclosure.
Alright, there it is. That was hard to get to.
I normally put the heat mat directly under their hide, and in regards to their hide, I normally make it myself out of untreated wood. If you don't want to go to all that effort, you can just use like a bird box or something similar, as long as it keeps the heat in, because they like it nice and toasty in there. Now, what do they eat? In the wild, they have been known to take down mice that are the same size as them. But just relax, you don't have to feed them mice, because that'd be gross. Instead, they'll be fine on a diet of crickets, wood roaches, and most other insects with a supplement added. Just make sure you don't feed them too much, because they are likely to just keep eating until they explode. I feed mine the occasional mealworm as a treat, but the little fiends go crazy for it. So if you have more than one Dunnart, make sure you give them all a treat at the same time, or their enclosure will become the octagon. For their main diet, I actually give them a frozen prepared food with Wombaroo's small carnivore diet mixed in. Chuck me a message if you'd like the recipe. When it comes to enrichment for your Dunnarts, if you want to interact with them, you better be a night owl, because they normally don't wake up until about 7 o'clock at night. They do adjust to people quite quickly and will learn to come to the front of the enclosure for some food, because they're greedy little gremlins. And your positive interactions with them will provide a lot of enrichment, but if you'd like to give them more, you can add food puzzles in that are designed for mice, and despite definitely not being mice, they do seem to enjoy a mouse wheel as well. It may take them a little while to get used to the puzzles that you put in there for them. As you can see here, this is when I first introduced it. A little bit confused, but trust me, they come around to it, and here's one of them running on the wheel to prove that they really enjoy that too. So in terms of breeding these little fuzzballs, you'll need to keep at least a male and female pair, obviously, or a group of females with one single male. If you want to find out more about breeding, subscribe, because I've recently got a young pair and I'll be releasing a video very soon about breeding them. And that pretty much wraps up our little guide on how to take care of Dunnarts. If you guys like this video, be sure to let me know. If you want a more in-depth video about taking care of Dunnarts, let me know as well in the comments below. But just be sure to give these guys a mouse wheel, because I can't emphasize enough, they bloody love that thing. They're on it all the time. Anyway, subscribe and fuck off.